Yep. Excellent. Okay. Mug. Welcome to The Scoop, our whip around the headline highlights from the world of gaming. And this week, we're rounding up some of the news that caught our eye over the break. So good to be back in the news jacket. It's so soft, so informative. First up, shocking revelations for the Mario universe. Super Mario Odyssey producer Yoshiaki Koizumi has confirmed that Toad's mushroom top is in fact his actual head and not a hat. The hat versus head debate has persisted through the ages, not unlike Scrunch versus Fold or cats versus dogs. It's cats. For some, Koizumi's statement has finally put the debate to rest, but for others it just raises more questions. For instance, what's the deal with the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, an American animated series from the early 90s where Toad was seen to remove his head as though it was a hat? Really makes you scratch your head. Or hat. No, wait, it was head. And now, what's that? Is it the clickety-clang of the rumour mill powering up? Yes, we've got some rumours for you to get that gaming goss going. We're hearing whispers of a Spyro the Dragon trilogy remaster coming this year for the PS4 with availability on other platforms down the track. Hopefully, we'll get an official announcement this month, so fingers crossed the suspense won't drag on. See what I did there? Another tidbit we've heard over the Gamevine is that Google is allegedly developing a subscription-based game streaming service under the codename Yeti. This has led to all sorts of wild and not so wild suggestions that Google might even be developing its own gaming console. There's no hard or hardware evidence yet, so we'll just have to wait for some official confirmation. Wow, so many headlines to get through, so little time. Let's speed through these next ones. Nintendo are teaming up with Illumination, the studio behind the Despicable Me and Minions films, to develop a new Mario film. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie, first announced in 2016, is set to be released at the end of 2019. Mattel is releasing a Tomb Raider Barbie, and the annual DICE Awards in Las Vegas, sometimes known as the Oscars of video games, gathered some of the industry's major players to celebrate excellence in gaming. Cuphead received awards for original music, art direction, and animation, and Snipperclips took out Family Game of the Year and the DICE Sprite Award for the game with fewer resources or exposure compared with AAA games. Which brings us to our main story, some big news from the last few months, Nintendo Labo. Nintendo caused quite the cardboard commotion with the announcement of Nintendo Labo for Switch. Is it pronounced Labo? 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 It sounds French. Anyway, due to launch in April this year, these interactive build and play kits for the Switch look like a bit of 3D papercraft. Using Nintendo's cardboard cutout sheets, as well as the Joy-Con controllers, you can create things called Toy-Cons that work in conjunction with an app and a range of specially designed games. Some of the Toy-Cons you can make are a 13-key piano, a fishing rod, a motorbike, a house, and with a separate kit, yes, you can create a robot. Critics of the Labo have questioned the value of what seems an awful lot like some expensive souped-up pieces of cardboard. Others praise the move towards more tactile experiences in gaming. You actually have to build something in the real world before using it to interact with a virtual one, and we're at least keen to see how much vigorous gameplay that cardboard can actually withstand, and whether or not I look cool in a robot suit, which I'm pretty sure I will, right? And finally, it's time for an extra scoop. Now, this might be a great trick, a cool mod, Easter egg, glitch, game goof, or some other kind of game-related curiosity that struck our fancy. This week, it's Blastar, the video game Elon Musk created when he was just 12 years old, which you can actually play online. Billionaire Elon Musk, who was in the news again recently for launching a car into space with a Falcon Heavy rocket, made this space-themed PC game back in 1984. A great example of how those with an interest in games at a young age are capable of big things. Who knows, maybe one of our spawnling game coders out there might one day launch a car or a ship or, I don't know, a futuristic sandwich of some sorts into space. And if you have something cool that you've discovered and you think might make a good extra scoop, then feel free to send it to us at this email address, spawnpoint@your.abc.net.au. Well, that's the scoop for this week. Until next time, goose out. Now where's my coffee? Thank you. That's chicken soup.